on my screen that it was being, so it's recording.
Yeah, I'm going to do it to my computer too, just to triple check. Okay, perfect. So yes, it's always recorded. Just give me the next 24-ish hours. Just I have to wait for Zoom to download the recording. Then I'll upload it into YouTube, and then I'll send it over to you guys after the fact. So you will get the recording after. This is an advanced training. So for those of you who are brand new, if you haven't done the onboarding yet, just make sure you do your onboarding as well. That's super important to get your profile set up, to get your colors, your contact info, your questions all answered, and to just take some time to kind of play around with the platform. So generating, editing, all that good stuff. You just want to have at least a basic idea of how the platform works before you jump into the advanced trainings, because they might feel like a little too much. That being said, if you haven't done the onboarding yet, it's okay. You can still stick around. You're going to learn a bunch today, but in case you're feeling a little overwhelmed, it might just mean that you have to do your onboarding first, and then you can jump into the advanced trainings and also rewatch this later too at a slower pace. So you're all good. For these guys, so like I mentioned, every week is different just depending on what sorts of questions come in, what new features we have. We are also doing a once a month big one. So we did that one last week, which was how to create holiday posts. So every month we're going to do one big themed one that kind of gets blasted out to all of our users. And then each week, these ones are going to be a little bit smaller, but you can expect that once a month, we're going to do one big theme. Next month, I'm thinking I'm going to do listing posts. Either listing posts or engagement, we'll see, but that's kind of what you can expect. All right. Okay. I think that's it for ground rules. I think we're good. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to start off just by chatting about the new latest features. So I'm going to share my screen for you guys. Let me open it up right here. Share screen. Okay. Beautiful. Cool. Can everybody see my screen okay? Yeah. Awesome. Cool. And then let me just move this chat so I can see if I can watch both at the same time. Beautiful. Okay, so first things first, this one we announced last week. So if you were on last week's, thanks, Michael, I appreciate that. So if you were on last week's advanced training, we did announce that last week. We also sent this out via email this morning to all the users. So we did increase our audio library. That was one of the biggest pieces of feedback we've been getting for a few weeks. So just having more audio to choose from and having longer audio to choose from. So what we did was we completely scrapped the old audio library, added in a bunch of new options. We're also now working on putting them in different categories. So you'll be able to look up like country and instrumental and jazz, and you'll be able to kind of find different sounds easier. And we found a way now to continue to add to the audio library in a very easy way. So you should see more and more audio coming up, which is really exciting. So that audio you can add via aesthetic B-roll style reels, which we're going to go through today. You can also add it when you convert any one of your carousel posts into a slideshow video. So you're going to find those two options there. We're going to go through both of those options today. So I'll show you where you can find that audio if you're not familiar with it yet. And the second thing we launched this earlier this week. So we haven't announced this yet. We probably won't announce this. It's a very small change, but it's something that has come very highly requested, is just the ability to know what type of post is what on your calendar. So at a glance now, you're going to see these little gray tags on the top right-hand corner. See how I have these gray tags that say manual, Canva down here, market, listing. So any post that is generated from the platform is going to just look like a normal post. You guys know what this looks like, but any different kind of post. So if you're doing a manual post from scratch, if you're generating a listing post, market post, Canva post, and now if you have different types of posts going out on one day, you're going to be able to at a glance immediately know, oh yeah, that's my listing post. Okay, I want to make a small tweak to that. You just check the top right-hand corner. You'll see listing right here. So that's a small change we made this week. Another change we have coming up over the next month-ish or so is going to be previewing the full post. So you're going to be able to hover over your post like this. It's going to open up a little bubble and you're going to be able to see a preview of the post that you're hovering over. So that way it's not like every time you have to click in and you have to find the exact post you're looking for. You're just going to be able to hover. Super excited for that. So those are the newest updates. We're going to go into the audio a little bit further as we go through the whole platform today. But that's what's been updated since last Friday. Today, I was thinking I would walk you through how I generate posts and how I edit them and just some of my favorite tips and tricks as I kind of go through each part of creating posts on the platform. So I figured we'd go through all of them together. I'd give you all of my favorite tips and tricks. And then at the very end, we'll do a little Q&A. So, okay, let me move your heads down here. Perfect. Okay, so when you guys are in your calendar, as you know, the first thing you do is you go in and you type in a topic that you want to focus on for the week. So most people, first thing they do is they go into suggest topics. Obviously, this is awesome. It's going to generate you a bunch of topics based off of your persona. So your clients, the area you service, your niche, all that good stuff. That's going to give you a ton of topics that you can choose from that are very real estate / informational heavy. Perfect if you're posting mostly real estate posts. So awesome. If you can't think of anything, this is a great option to plop into. You can go ahead, you can clear your topics, you can suggest 30 more. You can make small tweaks to these topics. So, you know, maybe a guide to understanding property taxes in Austin, maybe you want to do in Round Rock or in whatever other location you service. You can very easily tweak those things. But my biggest piece of feedback for our users here is to just try, before you click into suggest topic, just try to brainstorm some topics that you are talking to your clients about every day. And most of the time, honestly, it's not even real estate. Most of the time you're suggesting a certain neighborhood because, you know, a lot of young professionals live in this area. Or, oh, you have a young active family. This is really great because it's close to the trail and it's a 10-minute walk from this beach. And, you know, they have a really great community center in this area. Or maybe one of your clients is an ultra foodie and you're trying to find them somewhere to live downtown. Maybe you want to create content about that, how, you know, living downtown is perfect for foodies. Or you're a dog owner. This is a great location for you because you're a dog owner because it has, you know, this many dog friendly parks in the area. Stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that you're talking to your clients about. Most people are not coming to you being like, can you give me the percentage of homes sold this September versus last September? Like the average human being doesn't care about that. You want to try to create content around the things that you're already having conversations with your clients about, and you know your clients the best. And I'm not saying that you need to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, I need to come up with a whole paragraph of what I'm having conversations with my clients about. It can simply just be one sentence, you know, why dog owners love living at Town Lake in Austin. Perfect, generate. So that's my biggest piece of feedback for the topic is just try to just brainstorm what you're talking to your clients about. You know them best. Give it a try. Even if you're not doing it every day, try just doing it once a week. Every Wednesday is going to be, you know, a post that you have thought about yourself. So you're going to go ahead, you're going to type your topic in. So why dog owners love living downtown Austin. Lake, perfect. You're going to go ahead and you're going to click into generate. Here, you're going to get to choose the days that you generate for. So you guys know this, you're on an advanced training. I'm sure you've had some time to generate some posts. So you are going to be able to generate up to 7 days worth of content at a time. Reason being is because obviously AI is great at giving you a variation of posts about, you know, why dog owners love to live downtown Austin at Town Lake. However, we don't want you generating 31 days worth of that exact same topic. There's only so many ways you can really talk about that until it starts to get repetitive. So my biggest piece of feedback / advice for this part is instead of generating 7 days straight of content, don't do 7 days in a row like this. Spread it apart, okay? So I like to do 7 Fridays in a row, for an example. So that way you're spreading that topic apart. AI is going to make it different every Friday, but you're not talking about the same thing for 7 days straight. Even better is if you want to do, every other Friday, or just really kind of space it apart. Try to move things around. Very, very easy. I mean, all you have to do is type in a topic and then choose 7 days, but don't do it 7 days in a row, okay? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to scroll down and you're going to choose what post type you want to generate. So there are 3 different post types here that you can choose from. You can choose from an informational style carousel. So that's the swipe through informational style carousel. It has a different slide with copy on each slide, and you just kind of swipe learn something. A static post. So a static post is just an individual image that has a nice hook that kind of draws your reader in. So it talks about whatever your topic is about, but it's just one image with one piece of text on it, no swipe through, nothing like that. Reel is obviously a video. So here it will generate aesthetic style B-roll videos, which we'll get into deeper when we get into the editor. But essentially what it looks like is, I believe I put them in here. Okay, so a regular carousel style post is going to look like this. So the reader swipes through, informational. Every slide has a different piece of copy on it. A static post is going to look like this. So it's just one hook. Most people overlook these easy yard fixes before selling. Are you? ? And then it kind of draws your reader to read the caption. And then the reel is the video. So the aesthetic style B-roll video, it's just a piece of like a short video. It loops. So it's only 5 seconds long. It's going to loop. So as the person is reading your caption, this is looping. And every 5 seconds that loops, it counts as a view. So it kind of tricks the algorithm into counting it as a view. I'm going to turn this volume down just so it's not super loud for you guys, but it looks like this. So if you're choosing a reel, it's going to generate something like this. I'm just going to pop back into generation. So you get the choice to choose upon generation what type of post you want. Keeping in mind, though, that every single aspect of your post is completely editable after you've generated. So if you've generated all carousels, but you choose, oh, I want to take this post and I want to turn it into a reel or a static image, or maybe I want to replace it all together with my own image, the possibilities are totally endless. It doesn't mean that because you choose carousel upon generation, you are now stuck with carousels. You can change them after the fact, but this just makes it a little bit easier for you. So let's say you want to post videos every Wednesday. Go ahead when you're generating, select reel for every Wednesday, and now automatically you've got a video in there so that you're not having to go in and edit every single post. Of course, you can choose which persona you want it to reference as it's generating the content, and then the platforms that you want to generate for. So I just generated content before this just to bypass that whole process. You go ahead, you click generate, it's going to generate posts that look like this. So of course, at a glance, you can see that each different post for each different platform, I did Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X/Twitter. They're all color coded. You can see the little logos just on the bottom left-hand corner here. So Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. And as you click into them, you'll also see at the very top here that they're labeled by which platform they are. So this is Instagram, Facebook. Actually, let me click into one that's loading in properly. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So you can see exactly what the posts are for. And then every time you generate, so we still get this question a lot, every time you generate, the caption that is generated for that topic is optimized for each individual platform. So your Instagram caption is going to be different than your Facebook caption. So this is a little bit longer, more informational style. Your LinkedIn caption is going to be a little bit more professional sounding. So you're not going to see a ton of emojis in here. And then your Twitter/X, of course, is going to be optimized for Twitter/X. So it's going to be a shorter caption, and it's going to only have 4 images. So Twitter/X, Can't do anything more than 4 images. So it's going to cut your carousel to 4 images. Facebook, we have Facebook generating just the static image. So regardless of whether you choose carousel or static, it's always going to do the static image, because when it posts a bunch of images to your Facebook page, it actually posts like more of a photo dump. So if you've seen these before, it's all out of order, doesn't look great. It's just the format that Facebook puts it in. So for that reason, instead of doing the carousels, they're not swipe throughable on Facebook. So instead of doing the carousel styles, it's always going to be the static image. So if you're ever wondering, hey, where are the rest of my slides? You can see here that Facebook doesn't support carousels. So post display as a single high impact image for better engagement. Of course, you can always add slides if you want to, but just keep in mind that it's not going to be presented the way that it is on Instagram or LinkedIn, for an example. So at a quick glance, you're looking at your post. Through here, you have a bunch of different options. So you can see the platform up here in the top left-hand corner. You can see the status of your post. So is it scheduled? Is it unscheduled? Is it in the middle of posting? Is it expired? So on a date in the past. And then also the time and the date. So you can set it right here. Every post is going to land in your calendar as unscheduled, okay? So you don't have to worry about anything going out unless you specifically approve it and schedule it to go out. Nothing's going to go on your platform. Nothing's going to auto schedule. You can actually go in and click to schedule and approve. Once you're happy with it, it's going to swap over to scheduled status. And then you know that that post is ready to go. It's scheduled on the date and time. If you want to make any changes to a scheduled post, so we'll go ahead and schedule this. If you want to make any changes to a scheduled post, you have to make sure to unschedule it first, and then you can make your changes to it. Think of a scheduled post as it's locked in, it's ready to go. It's not expecting any more changes. So if you do want to make changes, just make sure you go ahead and unschedule it. So through there, you have a bunch of different options here. So you can go ahead, you can edit your caption, you can click into edit caption, change any aspect of this caption that you want, add, remove things, entirely up to you. You can also regenerate this caption. So let's say you have something else in mind. So you want it to be shorter or longer or more personal, less personal. Let's say you want to ask it to do something very specific. So don't talk about this, focus more on this. Don't use emojis, whatever. You can go ahead and just type it into here, go ahead and regenerate. It's going to regenerate that caption. It's going to regenerate your slides that go along with that caption. So at a glance, those are the first things that you can do, okay? Through there, you also have the ability to click into these 3 dots and you can go ahead and download the media. So if you are using any of the generated posts elsewhere, you can download them directly from these 3 dots. Or you can upload your own media. So let's say you don't want to edit any part of this post. You just want to completely bypass the editor. And you're like, you know what? I love this caption right here, but I actually have the perfect, photo for it. That's my own photo. You can go ahead and click into upload media, and it's just going to completely scrap this generated post. And you can upload your own, maybe it's an image of you and your clients, your team. You can go ahead and do that. I'll show you guys that at the very end, but we're actually going to go into the editor because we're going to go through all the different options here in the editor and then just some tips and tricks, just some of my favorite tips and tricks. So in the editor, this is the editor. This is where you are going to edit your posts. So as you can see here, this right here. Okay, so as you guys can see here, on the left-hand side, you have a bunch of different options. And down here, you have your different carousel slides. So each individual rectangle down here is one of the slides in your carousel. Through there, you can delete slides. So if you want to make it shorter, you can very easily click into delete. If you are in a hurry or in a pinch, we've already created these quick colors and fonts up here. And these are our presets. So think of the presets as kind of like when you're on Canva and you're just looking at templates, okay? So you're just looking up birthday invitations or just different templates, and then you customize them. These are just really quick, kind of colorful templates, good starting points. If you are on an advanced training, you know that I love to preach this. I am hoping that you have a color palette, whether it is your brokerage color palette, your team, whether it's your own color palette. These are fun, they're exciting. quick ones to choose, but it just looks a million times better when you have a consistent color palette. So I would advise against just putting crazy colorful posts out that aren't really cohesive. So what we've done is we've added these quick colors and fonts. And what this does is this takes your color palette that you set up during your onboarding, and it just adds a variation of your color palette to it. So right now I have a super boring color palette in here, but as you can see, if you have your color palette in here, you can very easily choose from one of the quick colors and fonts. It's going to apply that to all the presets. So if you're in a hurry and you're just like, I just want to use one of these presets, I just urge you to at least use your quick colors and fonts instead of choosing one of the colorful ones. Choose one of these, add it. Awesome, looks really good. You can also change your fonts. So let's say you want to apply modern and this one to all of them. It's going to go ahead, apply your chosen fonts to all the presets. And now you can just very quickly choose from one of those presets. You can also go into backgrounds. So backgrounds, as you guys know, we have a bunch of images in here. Now I think we're at almost 7,000. But we are constantly adding to this image library. You can go ahead, you can scroll all the way down. As you can see, I have a lot of uploads in here, but you can scroll all the way down. You can choose different backgrounds to swap into the background of your image. So let's say you just want to change it to all be the same. So see how I have this kitchen in the back and it's all the same. You can do that. You can click into the image that you want, double click it. It's going to apply to everything. Perfect. You've changed the background. But we've also added these images in a way that all like-minded images are grouped together. So if you like this sunset image, this matches where you live, and you want this kind of vibe, but you don't want the background to be all the same, you can actually go ahead and click into each individual slide and just swap it out. All the images around it are all very cohesive, very nice. You just go ahead, click, click, click. Beautiful. Now every slide has a different background. It looks like you spent a ton of time on it, but all you did was just click through, and now you've got a nice post. Here, you also have the ability to click into uploads and upload your own files. So if you have your own images, I have some uploaded images just right here. If you have your own images you'd like to upload, you can go ahead and click into upload files and upload your own images. One of the things that we suggest all of our users do is to upload your headshot, okay? So upload your headshot like this and upload your logo if you do have a logo that you like to put on your posts. When you upload those images, you can actually click into these three dots and you can click to add a sticker. So every image, both your uploaded image as well as the images in the image library, can be added as a sticker. You just click the three dots, you click add sticker, and then you can play around with it. Obviously, this one here, I'm on a white background. You just right click and you go ahead and scroll down to remove the background. So if you don't have your headshot or your logo on a transparent background, just simply right click, scroll down, click to remove the background, and then it's going to give you something that looks more like this. And now you've got a sticker of your headshot or your logo that you can go ahead and place anywhere on your designs. So it's always good to have your headshot, your logo, just so that you can play around with adding those to different designs. Again, with the add a sticker option, you can create collages. You can really get creative with it. These, once you've uploaded them, they are always in the editor. You don't have to go ahead and re-upload your images every time. They're always saved here. And you also have these folders just right up here where you can create new folders and really organize the images. So if you want, you can create a brand and logo photo like that. And then you just simply take your headshot, you go three dots and you go add to folder and choose which folder you want to put it in. It's going to go ahead and bring it into that folder so that you can very easily find it. My biggest tip for the images, because there are so many of them, as you scroll down, you're going to get into the habit of knowing where your favorite ones are. Just at a glance, you're going to know, oh yeah, I know that, the more Easter ones are down here, or the city ones are in this general area. We're currently working on a search. It's proven to be a lot harder than we had imagined. We have these filters up here that are helpful, but my biggest tip for here is you see these red hearts on the top left-hand corner. These red hearts are going to favorite your favorite images. And because they are all grouped into like-minded photos, If you're scrolling down and you live, you know, in a mountainous forest area like this, and this is perfect, you know, this looks like the area that you service, you know, at a quick glance, you can go ahead and go heart, 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 heart. Fantastic. I'm favoriting all of these.
Talk a lot. I'm muted.
These fit perfectly. Awesome. And then if I scroll down and I hit, you know, Miami Beach, I'm like, well, I don't need that because I'm not at Miami Beach. Let's just keep scrolling and move on to the next thing. So you can choose based off of your location. There's interiors, exteriors, there's rural, urban, warmer climates, colder climates, like you name it. We've got it in here. You can choose based off of maybe your brand is bright and airy and really modern. You can choose photos that are more that. Maybe you're darker, you're moodier. Just go ahead. I promise you, it's going to take you 30 minutes tops to go through the entire photo album and just click the little hearts. The reason being is because when you click those little hearts to favorite the images, they actually immediately get added to this folder called favorites, which mine is right here, to this folder called favorites. And now you have all of your favorite images in one folder where you can very easily access them. You don't have to go through that entire image library every time. You do it once, you favorite the ones that you want, and then you have them all really easily accessible. The other reason why it's really important to do this is because I'm going to show you guys how at the end, when you set up your advanced settings, when you generate the next time, you can actually choose to generate so that the AI always chooses from your favorites folder. So that way, you know, every time it generates, it's choosing your colors, it's choosing photos that you've already pre-approved that match your brand, your location, your vibe, already pre-approved, so that the weeks that you are busy, you just simply go ahead, you click generate, and it's choosing the photos that you've pre-approved, it's choosing your color palette, you're all set to go. So just favoriting 30 minutes of your time, it's going to build up that folder for you. Every user has that folder already built in. Everybody's got a favorite folder. It'll just add to it automatically. The other thing you can do here is, let's say you don't want that carousel style post, you can click into Reels instead. So the Reels are going to give you options for those aesthetic style B-roll videos. So you can go ahead, you can click into one of these. It's going to swap it. So I'm going to delete myself out of here and delete this contact info because I don't love the contact info on there. And then it's going to change it to this reel, this video. It's going to change this to a hook. You no longer have that carousel style post. You can go ahead and click into the sounds. And here is where you're going to find those new sounds that you can choose from to add to your reel. And then that way you can sprinkle in reels. So if you do change your mind, you don't want a carousel style post, you want to swap it to a reel, you can very easily do that through here. I'm going to go back into images just because I do actually want to play around with the images. So we're going to double click. The other thing that a lot of people don't know about is the advanced settings here. So if you open up advanced settings, this is a great option to control the brightness of your background image. So you can keep it at none. You can make it a little bit darker, or you can go to the darkest. So you can really control what kind of vibe you want to put out. Maybe, you know, you want it to look a little bit more like this, or you want it to be super dark. It's entirely up to you. You do have that option. One thing to keep in mind in the editor is that when you double click, any double clicking is going to apply to all of your slides. Okay. So when we're playing around with it, we double click, maybe we change the background, we double click, it's going to go ahead. It's going to apply to all my slides. If we click into each individual slide, then we can make one-off changes, but double clicking is a general rule of thumb that'll change all of them. You can have a different brightness on every single slide if you want. But if you want to make a change to everything, just double click. So same as the overlays. So the overlays are obviously what goes behind your text. So let's say we want to make a change to all of them. We go ahead, we double click. It goes ahead, it applies that change to all of them, or you can go ahead and just individually make changes like this. Perfect. And then let's say you're working on this slide and you really like the changes you've made and you're like, oh shoot, you know what? I actually want all of them to look like this. Go ahead, double click. It's going to change. It's going to apply those changes that are specifically on that slide to all the other slides. I'm going to brighten this up just a tiny little bit. The overlays as well. So the overlays, you can also click into advanced settings up here and you can change the transparency for these ones as well. So same as the images, let's say you want them lighter, medium. Let's say you want them just super, super opaque like this. You can go ahead and click dark. And again, you can change them per each slide or on each individual one. It's entirely up to you with what kind of design you want to make. And of course, you can do as little of this or as much of this as you want. When it comes to text, at any point, you can double click the text and then just go ahead. You can change your font through here. You can change the size of your text, the alignment. So whether you want it center aligned, left aligned, right, maybe you want it bold, you don't want it bold. You can make any changes you'd like up here and then go ahead and click apply all. It's going to apply to all of your slides. So I personally, when I'm editing, I actually like to have the text a little bit smaller. Again, it's entirely up to you and what your brand is. I do think that it just makes it look a little bit cleaner when it's smaller. It's not taking up the whole image. And then that way you can really, choose a nice image back here and you can put your headshot and your logos and it just keeps it really nice and clean and modern looking. And then if you have additional text that you want to add, you can go ahead and click into add text and add additional text as well. So maybe it's a call to action, or maybe you really want to have your name or your phone number really large on there. You can go ahead and click add text and add further text. One thing that a lot of people don't know about too is, do you see this little paperclip link up here on the top left-hand corner? So if you are making changes, if you are adding a headshot, for an example, so let me find myself. If I'm adding a headshot and I go to add a sticker, let me unclip. Wait, hold on. Let me find my headshot. And I go to add a sticker. If I want that sticker to add to every single slide and every change I make, so see how I'm moving this down and now all of the overlays are moving down with, all of the overlays on every slide are moving down with it like this. That paperclip, when it is open, so if it's not X'd out, that paperclip, when it is open, it basically means that all of your slides are linked and that whatever you do to this first slide movement-wise, so we're linked, I move myself here, I move myself here, it's going to apply to the other slides. So you don't have to go in individually and move yourself on every single slide. You just make sure that you're unlinked right here, paperclip, awesome, or you're linked up here, paperclip, awesome. And now you can go ahead and play around with that first slide. And then colors. So with colors, when you log in, you're going to see all these colors just right up here. These are all the default colors, okay? Every user has these default colors. Comes with every account. Doesn't mean you have to use them. I definitely recommend creating your own color palette. You do that with Natalie on your onboarding. So you're going to have your main color palette up here, but I'm going to show you guys how to create a variety of your color palette so that you can very easily edit your posts in the future. So let's say this is my color palette right here. You can see it. We've double clicked. Okay. This is my color palette right here. Great. It's great that you have one variety of it. You actually want to have way more than just one variety because we don't want every single one of your posts to have this color as the header font and this color as the subtext font and this as the overlay. You want to introduce some more variety, okay? So in that case, what you're going to do is you want it, as you can see, as I scroll down, I have a lot of color palettes. I use this a lot, but you want it to look a little bit like this. See how I just have a gazillion different variations of my color palette right here. And as I scroll through, I just have so many options and they're all my colors. They're all my colors. They're all my vibe, but I'm not manually going in and recreating that color palette every time. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your color palette and you're going to take these little arrows and shuffle around those colors. It's just going to randomly shuffle them around. So as you can see, obviously this subtext color needs to be darker. I'm going to go ahead and change that to black. Fantastic. This is another color palette I would use in the future. You're going to go ahead, you're going to click Save Colors and click Save As. Every time you click Save As, it's creating you that new color palette, that new variation of your same colors. We're going to do that again. We're going to shuffle. Fantastic. Okay. Let's do this. Cool. Save as. Let's shuffle it around one more time. Fantastic. Save as. Shuffle it around again. I think we already did something similar to this. Let's go text color. Perfect. Save as. Let's add this to the subtext color. Perfect. Save as. And literally within a couple seconds, I now have all these different variations of my same color palette So the next time I go to edit a post, I am just very simply clicking through my variations, choosing one. Awesome, cool. Takes me 2 seconds. Fantastic. Let's use this. Makes it super, super easy. So that's my biggest piece of advice for the colors specifically, is to make sure that you have a variation of your color palette. It is going to make your life a million times easier when you're editing. And then your contact information. So as you guys know, this is the contact card in the bottom left-hand corner. So let's pretend that I'm Kyle, AKA Rec Realty. So this contact card, you can go ahead and you can type whatever you want into here. We've put some suggestions in here, like your company, your email, your phone number. You can put whatever you want. So if that is a call to action, or if that's your license number, your DRE number, whatever, you can type in whatever you want. You don't even have to type in stuff. Maybe you don't want your company, maybe you don't want your email, whatever. You can go ahead and type whatever you want, toggle on, off. You can add a headshot or a logo, or let's say you don't want your headshot on there, just toggle it off, keep your contact right there. Perfect. You can choose the size of your contact card, and then you can also choose whether you want that bubble back there or not. So if you toggle that background on or off, it's going to add or remove that bubble depending on what your design looks like and what you want. Again, if you're pulling this in different locations in your design, see how it just went behind me? You can also control layers. So if you click into that contact card, you can actually go down and control the layers. So let's bring that forwards, or actually to the front. And now I have it right in front of me, and I can go ahead and place it in different parts of the design. So you can control layers for any aspect. I can move this as well to the front, to the back, all that good stuff. When it comes to the contact card, completely up to you whether or not you want that or you don't want that. Some people love it, some people don't. Entirely up to you whether or not you want to include it. You can go ahead and click to save a preset. So let's say you really like this design and this is something you want to use in the future. Let's say you love the placement of your headshot, you love the placement of the contact card, you like this overlay and the colors, and you're like, you know what, I would actually use this again in the future. Maybe I want to post this same kind of template. I'll post it again in 2 weeks from now, and I'll just go in and quickly change the background so that it looks really good on my feed. It's a different post. The next time I generate, I want to do something exactly like this, but I don't want to create it from scratch again. You can go ahead, you click into save preset, click save as a new preset. And when you do that, up here in your presets, underneath your saved presets, every saved preset that you work on will end up in here so that you can very easily choose from one of your previous designs. And then see how I've kind of taken this same sort of look. So let's say these are my colors. I like this look. I've gone ahead and just very easily created 3 separate presets that look really nice. They're all my colors. I know this is something I would use in the future. And all I've done is just choose that overlay, change the color, save it as a preset. Change the color, save it as a preset, change the color, save it as a preset. 2 seconds, just like this. Overlay, change my color. Cool. Change my color, save it as a preset, save as a new preset. And every time I do that, I've saved myself a new preset. So now in the future, if all of these look great on my feed, I just simply go ahead when I've generated a post, I go into my saved presets, I click into one of these. Fantastic. Love that. Let's just go into here and let's quickly change my background. Double. Fantastic. Ready to go. So it just makes your life so much easier when you're editing in the future to just set yourself up with your favorite images, your presets, your color variations, and you are good to go. Editing is super, super quick and easy. I'm going to exit out of the editor super quick, and I'm going to open up the chat just so I can answer anything that I've missed. Okay. Be adding more reels. Yes, that is super, super high on our list, is adding more reels, like crazy high on our list. So you should see those over the next few weeks. It seems like you can only edit the content at the post level. Is there any way to set up templates on mass so we can set them up? Yes, Jean, I'm going to show you how to do that at the very end. Please remind me if the Facebook posting is on your Facebook business page. Oh, excuse me, Anita. it is on your Facebook business page. So we connect through Meta's API, and Meta's API will only allow access to your business page. It doesn't allow any third parties access to any personal Facebook pages, just with the amount of scams and profile takeovers that there are. So Facebook business page, however, you can always take your Facebook business page posts and just click the little share icon and share it to your personal. How do you change the CTA tag, and how can you delete a saved preset? I tried deleting a preset, but it's still showing up. So if you are in the editor and you are in your saved presets, click into it here. See this trash can button? Just go ahead and click to delete the, oh, why is it telling me delete color palette? Let's see, remove, oh, perfect. Okay. So yeah, just click that trash can button and then it'll delete that preset for you. Changing the CTA. Okay, let me click out of here super quick. There's two different ways you can change the CTA. If it's a CTA that's been generated in the caption, you can go ahead and click into edit caption. This is a part of the caption. Okay, so let's say I'm like, you know what, I want to change that CTA. Drop your questions below. I don't really want that. You can just go ahead, click into edit caption, change the CTA right on there. Now, if you want the same blurb, so see how down here I have looking for your dream home in Austin. I've got you covered with my contact information along with some hashtags. So in your persona and your brand, you see right here when you're setting up your persona, you see this footer section right here. When you click into footer, so think of the footer as a little blurb, a little piece of text that's going to get added to the bottom of every generated caption for you. So you can make this whatever you want. Let's say you have a very specific CTA, like check out my listings in my link in bio, or give me a call at whatever. You can go ahead, you can add that CTA just right here, and you can add whatever you want. I like putting contact information because I think it's nice to have it in my caption as well. So you can make it look like this. You click save. Now, every time you generate, this exact blurb is going to show up at the end of every caption. So if you want a very specific CTA, you can do it this way. I'll show you a user of ours who uses this really well. Richard Silver. Okay, cool. So he does, scroll down into this post here. See how he's got this on the bottom of his caption. This is his footer, so that every time it generates that AI caption for him, he also has this at the bottom. So this is an example of a footer in real life. So if you want any kind of CTA, I would add it to there or edit the caption to add whatever specific CTA. Deleting save preset. Can you say again how you can apply the overlay change from one image to all images? Double click. Yeah, Jing, it's just double click and it'll apply to all of them. First, I've heard of the clip tool. I know, Michael, that's something that we actually don't train people on at all. So I'm going to start to bring it up a little bit more just because it makes editing so much easier. Can you show that again? Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate that. Joyce, if you have any trouble at all finding the add text link, let me know and I can demo it again. But I appreciate that, Stuart. So helpful. Can you delete saved presets? Yep. So we went over that. And then if you create a preset that you don't like, can you delete? Yep. Okay. We went over that. And for your colors, where do they appear on the color choices, at the top or the bottom? When I click on a preset, get menu, but I can't read it. When I click on a preset, I get a menu, but I can't read it. Let me see if I can. Okay, so first we'll go over colors and then we'll go over the when I click on a preset. So colors, we click into here. Where do they appear on the color choices? Okay, so here, the text color is going to be your like main text color up here, okay? The subtext color is going to be the subtext just right underneath it. And then your contact text color, which you can't see it very well because I don't have a background, so let me put a background. Your contact text color is going to be the contact text right here. My biggest piece of advice for this is, where possible, create templates that are going to have the text color be white, and then the other color, so your overlay color, this is the overlay, the accent color, so some of the overlays have accents, little accents, so that your other colors, your other brand colors are the overlays and the accents specifically. The reason being, let me show you what a white text looks like. versus this. See how nice this looks? How that white text just really like it looks so nice and clean. It's going to look good on a variety of different backgrounds. It's not, like if I had a black text here, for an example, like this is okay. I don't love that. That's okay too. But when you have like a light text like this and then a black, it just looks a little sloppy. I think it looks a lot better if you're choosing your text to be the white and then have your accents and your overlays be your colors. So if you're with Remax, for an example, and you're using the Remax colors, do white for your text and then do red and blue as your overlays and your accents. I just think it looks a lot nicer. So if you're just looking to create color palettes that you're like, ooh, these are for sure good ones, stick with white text. So when you're in your colors, stick with having white here and then play around with these ones down here. Okay, so when you click on a preset, I get a menu, but I can't read it. I'm wondering if this is what you're looking at, Jean. You might
I'm sorry, it's the right, if you right click on those presets.
Right click.
See that?
Oh, is that what you mean? Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Oh, it's showing you the menu that's in here. Like it's showing you what you, okay.
I just blew my screen way up so I can see it now. Okay.
That is a great catch. Okay, I'm gonna send that to the developers. Guys, you shouldn't be able to make any changes here anyway, so that shouldn't even be popping up. It should only be popping up in the actual when you're editing. So I'll definitely make sure we get that looked at. That is a great catch. I was like, what do you mean when you click on a preset, I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Jean.
Oh, I see. I see what you do. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, like it's supposed to be in here, see? But for some reason, it's allowing you to click into here and right click, which you shouldn't be able to do. You should only be able to right click right in here.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Not sure if this is the right setting, but I don't have 3 dots. Oh, I don't have 3 dots next to edit design. It seems like there's probably some glitch. Somehow can I get that fixed? So here, let me just exit without saving. Right here, you don't have 3 dots. If that's Jay, I'm going to actually put in the support email right here. Support. RealEstateContent.ai. If you can just shoot us a screenshot, this email right here, just so we can take a look at it, because you should have it. One of the other things could be if you're on a tablet or if you're on Safari, that might be doing it. Sometimes it works a little weird on Safari. I wonder if that's it. But just send us a screenshot and we can take a look at it. And
Okay.
Steve, you can delete your saved presets, not the presets that come within the editor. If you don't want to use them, you can just ignore them. But there is no way to delete them out of the editor. And then we've got Stuart. If you upload your own video of content, can AI read that to generate a caption based on that subject? It can't, but I'm going to show you something in a second. Can you flip your headshot or do you need to upload? Okay, so you can't flip your headshot right now, Stuart, but we're actually working on revamping the entire editor right now. So we've been like literally redesigning it from scratch. It's going to have a completely different UX, UI, so a completely different user experience, where each item is going to be an element similar to Canva, and you're going to be able to take your headshot. You're going to be able to move it around. You're going to be able to do the mirroring, like the flipping. Same as all your text, you're going to be able to like really finesse it better than you can now. So you're going to be able to do that very, very, very soon. We actually just had another meeting about it this morning, going over the design. So you'll see those changes within a few weeks. Can you create subfolders for favorites for an instant one? Yes. Okay. So for these ones, the favorites specifically, so the hearts like this, let's go into our backgrounds. The hearts are going to add to the favorites folder specifically, just because the favorites folder is something that comes with every account. Now, if you're creating your own folders, which I'm going to let it load real quick. If you're creating your own folders, so favorites one is going to work with that heart option immediately. If you are creating your own folder, so let's say you have, like I have listings and Canva templates in here, but let's say you go new folder and you do, we're going to go settings and we're going to call this kitchens. Okay. kitchens, update. Now I have that kitchens folder. I can, as I'm going through this, I can click into these three dots and I can go add to folder kitchens. It's just the hearts specifically will work for the favorites folder. We are also working on a multiple select so that as you're going through, you can select more than one to move into a folder. But for right now, you can create the folder, you can click the three dots, and then you can scroll down to add to folder and then choose the folder you want it to be in.
Will it do both? I mean, if you click the heart, it goes to favorites, but then can you assign it to kitchens or exterior or some other subfolder at the same time?
Yeah. So any image can be in multiple folders.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Is there a plan to be able to add a comment to a post before it gets posted to the platform? Yeah, we've talked about that. I don't know if it's possible. It is on our like roadmap to look into. Basically, Jean, what we do, which I'm not sure if you've been on an advanced training before, but if you have, I know I talk about this all the time, but so if I'm getting repetitive for anyone who's been on these before, just ignore me. We keep track of all of the feedback that comes to us. So we actually have like an ongoing list of everything you guys tell us. And then as we hear more and more, so whatever we're getting the most suggestions for is what we work to build. So I know that we do have that on the list. We actually don't get it that often, surprisingly. So if anyone wants that, make sure you do reach out to us about that so that we can make sure to tally that. But I do know that it is 1000% on our list. It's just kind of order of priority and how many people want to see it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Stuart, I was going to talk about uploading your own video. So the other thing you can do is you can upload your own post. So let's say you are already a superstar, you have your own post you want to schedule, whether it be a photo or a video. Here's an example. So this is one that I did last week when we were doing our, no, that's not a good example. Hold on. Where's my little doggy boy? There he is. So this is an example of one I showed last week with the holiday posts. You can upload your own photo or your own video. So let's say you want to upload your own photo. Let's pretend this is a photo of you and your team, or you and clients in front of a house, or it can be a photo like this of your dog. Here's my dog. You can do that. You can create a post from scratch. So again, you can also turn it into a carousel like this by adding multiple images. You're going to go ahead and you're going to click into more options and you're going to click upload your own content. So this is going to give you a blank slate to work with, okay? Totally blank. You get to start from scratch. You can then upload your own media. So if you have a video or a photo that you want to go ahead and schedule, you can go ahead and upload it through here. So I'm just going to choose whatever I have on my desktop. I can't even see what these are. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to find you something sort of aesthetically pleasing. Let's do, what is this? Oh my gosh, I should have saved some like nice house images or something. Oh, here we go. Cool. There we go. Okay, so this, we're going to go ahead and open it up. This is the park in the city that I live in. So we'll go ahead and upload that. Might just take a second because I don't think. Can you guys see that? No. Oops. Sorry. Let me go back. Exit without saving. Upload media. Okay, whatever. We're going to do this photo here. Okay, so you go ahead, you upload media. Let's pretend this is a video or a photo. It doesn't matter. This isn't a great picture, but this is the hometown that my parents are from. So we've gone ahead, we've uploaded a photo we want to schedule. So now you can go ahead and you can type in your caption. So if you have the perfect caption for this, so, you know, had a great time at the Kitchener Real Estate Summit. Learned lots. Whatever. Let's say you have a better caption than this. you can go ahead and you can choose which platforms you want this to post to, the date and the time, and you can go ahead and schedule and approve it. Now, let's say you want AI to help you create a caption for it. It can't look at this video, this photo or this video right here. So Stuart, if you have a video, maybe you're talking about, the 5 tips for whatever. It doesn't have the ability to watch your video or to look at your photo and to generate a caption for you, but it does have the ability to, if you just write a simple sentence about anything, it can even be, why dog owners are happier in the winter, whatever. Go ahead, click save changes, and you can click to enhance your caption. And what that's going to do is it's going to create a longer informational style caption for you. So if your video is about, why fall is a great time to sell your home, you can say, here's why fall is a great time to sell your home, and then allow it to generate a caption for you. And then, so here, just got back from the Kitchener Real Estate Summit, and wow, such great info to share. Here's this nice, informational style post. Fantastic. Now, let's just say I don't want it to be that long, though. I was thinking of something a little bit shorter. You can go ahead then and click regenerate this caption, and you can go make this 2 sentences or less, regenerate. And then that way it's just taking what you had typed in and giving you just a flushed out caption. So it doesn't have the ability to view what you've uploaded, but if you're like, I don't know what to freaking caption this, like here's a sentence or 2, figure it out. AI will figure it out and just give you a nice caption to go along with it. And then select.
No, that's good, because I actually script everything out and I save it on a Word document in that folder for that video anyway, so I could just paste the script in there basically.
Yeah, like if you paste that script in there, so if you're pasting the script in here, you go ahead, click save changes, and then you can click into enhance this caption and say, turn this into a social media caption. And then it's going to take that script for you and turn it into a social media caption. So you could totally do that. The other thing.
So I would tell it to do that versus just generate. Okay.
Yeah. So you would be like, take this caption and take this script, this script, and turn it into a caption or social media, and then go ahead and regenerate, and then it'll go ahead and turn that script into a caption for you.
Cool. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Speaking of video scripts, I'm going to show you guys 2 more things. So video scripts, let's say you are really awesome at taking your own videos, but you're just like, I don't know what to talk about. I'm comfortable on camera. I have my phone ready to go. I'm ready to take a video. It's just, I don't know what to talk about. Let's say you generate a post with the platform. So this one right here, this is talking about decluttering. I'm ready to make your Austin home shine and sell fast. Let's dive into the magic of paint and clean. So this is talking about decluttering, cleaning from top to bottom, painting with neutral colors, freshen up the exterior. Fantastic. Let's say you really like that caption. Let's say you have a video that you want to accompany that caption. You're like, I don't want to use the carousel post. I don't want to use the reels. I want to take a video, and I would like my video to accompany this caption. I like the caption. I like the content, but I'm ready to take a video. You can go ahead and click into generate video script. It's going to take that caption and it's going to give you a video script that you can follow. You can't record on our platform. I don't know if we're going to get into that. Again, it's on our list to look into, but it's not number 1 on our priorities, is like turning it into more of a video recording platform. However, if you are somebody who is comfortable on video, who's already taking videos, you can very easily click to generate a video script. It now gives you a video script that you can follow. So you set up your phone or your webcam, whatever you're using, and you follow that video script, you film yourself. And then you go back into your post, you click into these 3 dots, you click upload media, you upload your video that accompanies that caption now, and then you go ahead and schedule it. And then it'll post across all platforms. And again, this is our Instagram post. Let's say you want it to go out on multiple platforms. You can go ahead and choose the platforms you want it to go out on. And now you've sprinkled in, you've got those AI captions, you've been given a video script, you've got that nice video of your face, and you're kind of sprinkling that into. The last thing I wanted to...
Did I miss something? Going from creating the script, going back to the caption. How did that happen?
Yeah, so just right here, I was in generate video script and then I just went back into post caption.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Actually, I want to show you guys two more things. So the other thing you can do is any post. So here we've got a carousel style post that I've played around with. Fantastic. You can post that as a carousel, of course. But let's say you also want to sprinkle in some more slideshow style videos. You can go ahead and take this post and click into convert video. This is going to take any carousel style post that you have and convert it to a slideshow video. So when you click into convert video, you can choose your slide pause time. You can choose the slide transition type, and then you can choose some audio. And then basically what it does is it turns it into something like this. Again, I'm just going to turn the audio down just so it's not too loud for you guys. You hit play, and now you've got a nice slideshow video that you can post on your socials. So this is an easy way to, you're still having that informational style post go out. It's not the aesthetic B-roll type video, but it's a different kind of video that you can sprinkle in maybe once a week, maybe every Thursday you do a slideshow type post like this. And every carousel can be turned into a video slideshow. So it doesn't have to be a carousel like this. It can be, let's say you do a listing post. So I have a listing post here. So you can do your normal listing post, carousel listing post, or let's say you've generated a carousel and you go to click to convert video. Now you can post a listing post like this that's more of a video style. So this way you could even take, so these are two different properties, but let's say you want to post this one, but you want to post this for 3 days straight, but you're like, oh, I don't want to post the same post for 3 days straight. You take that generated listing post, you go ahead, you duplicate it. So it's duplicating every aspect of that post. Now you've got that same post and you're like, fantastic. I want to post this again, but I don't want to post the exact same thing. You can go ahead and click into edit design. You can change the colors. You can move stuff around. You can convert to video, turn it into a video. Now you're showcasing the exact same property, exact same open house, but in a bit of a different way. So it's not like you're repeating yourself over and over and over again. You've got some variety in your posts. So you've got that for the convert to video. You can also do that with market reports. So again, you generate a market report post. Remember that all posts are editable. So I like to go into my market report post and I like to swap that template. I like to swap that template with images. So I go into my backgrounds and I swap the images. So here I have a 7-day market report for Austin, and I've swapped the background to be a different pool on each different slide. So now when I post that, it's going to match my feed a little bit better. It matches where I live. Perfect. You can have that swipe through style, or you can go ahead and you can convert to video. And now you've got a nice video to post too. So there are tons of different options for editing and posting. And I definitely recommend, honestly, if you want to dabble into video, just try doing the convert to video once a week. Just start it once a week. Pick a day. Every Tuesday is your, I'm going to put out a slideshow today. And then now you're sprinkling just a little bit more variety. Maybe, 1 week you turn a market report post into a video, and another week you turn a carousel post into a video. Maybe you create your own post. So like we were doing with Stuart's image, or I did the little stadium image. You can do that. So you can upload your own image. Oh, again, wrong example. Hold on. You can go ahead and upload your own image, click that plus button, turn it into a carousel of your own photos, and you can have that swipe through style, or you can convert it to a video. So now I have this nice video. Maybe it's a bunch of photos from me at a conference with my team this past weekend. And now I've got this nice slideshow style video that's going through all the photos that we took this weekend. So there's so many options there. And then the final thing I wanted to show you guys is just our AI image generator. So when you go into upload your own content, so we had gone through generating captions. So you can generate a caption with AI, just type in a sentence. You can also generate an AI image. So let's say you want to post, you just want to post a single image, but you're like, I can't find anything online. I've checked these stock photos. They're not really exactly what I'm looking for. You can go ahead and click into generate AI image, and you can describe any image that you want to post. So let's say it's cozy cottage by the lake, a canoe out front during. And you can choose whether or not you want to include people in that image. You go ahead, you click into generate image, and now it's going to take your description for you and it's going to generate an image for you from scratch. And then you can post that. So I'll let that do its thing and I'll show you what that looks like. So you can do that as a standalone image. If you just want to post an image, you're like, you know what, I don't need the writing on it. I don't like want the information. I just want like an aesthetically pleasing image to post. Hopefully I don't stop this from doing its thing, but I'm going to show you a user who does this really well. Find him, Jason Starr. Okay, cool. So Jason, scroll down to one of his. So see how he peppers in some just images by themselves. He's got some market report posts. He's got some of the informational style posts like carousels. He's got listings, but then he also just sprinkles in just some images by themselves. He services lake country, so he does different lakes. And it just gives just a little bit more variety. So it's not like every single post is a carousel post. He's got a reel over here. He's got a carousel, and then he's got just a standalone image like this. So this is perfect for that. Let's just go into here. Perfect. Okay, so we've got this post that generated. Let's say you want to sprinkle that in. Fantastic. You go into the post caption. You get AI to help you post, write that caption. You select which platforms you want it to go to, and then you go ahead and click generate. Oh, I think I don't know what happened there, but I think maybe when I went out and came back in, it did something. But as you can see, perfect. You choose your platforms and then you go ahead, type your caption, and you can go ahead and post that. The other thing you can do is if you have a carousel post generated, so not that one, that's not a good example. Okay, so let's say I have this post generated and I don't even want to go into the editor. I just know that I have a specific image in mind to swap that background image to. I can go ahead and click into generate AI image. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give me a little description of what it thinks it could generate to be the background, but you can go ahead, you can choose that, or you can write your own. Do the same thing in generate image, and then it's going to swap that background image with whatever that AI generated image is. So if you don't even want to go into the editor, you can go ahead and click into generate AI image, and it's going to just generate a different background image for you. I'm going to click back into the chat because I see that there is a couple questions coming in. Okay, resets. Okay, I think let's to move duplicate posts across to another month. I mean, drag and drop across months. Not yet, Michael, but we actually just had, after last week's advanced training, we actually just had another meeting about opening up future months. So we're definitely, that's definitely high on our list. Thank you, Anita. I hope she's still in here. I don't know if she is. You select all those social media platforms that upload an image, or does the system do that automatically when you choose to start? So, okay, that is Hermanda. Oh, so what that does is it'll always give you Instagram as the like default platform. And then if you click the top left, so let me just click into here. So you go upload your own content. It's going to default to Instagram, but if you click into Instagram down here, you can select which platform you want it to go on. Keep in mind when you go to schedule and approve. So if you do have Twitter/X in there, because Twitter's caption limit is so much shorter and it only allows for 4 images, let's say your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn get approved and scheduled, it might just leave your Twitter as unscheduled if your caption is too long or if you have too many images. In that case, you'll see all of them. You'll see that they're all scheduled and you'll see that Twitter is not. And you'll click into it and it's going to tell you your caption is too long or you have too many images, and you just need to tweak it slightly just so it can actually go on the platform. It won't allow us, I think it's 280 characters and 4 images specifically. So if you have a really, really long carousel and you're trying to post it to Twitter, you're just going to need to make those changes before it'll allow for posting to Twitter. Can you add your headshot and logo to a converted video? Yes, you would do that before. So when you're in the process of editing in the editor, that's where you're going to add your headshot and your logo, and then you're going to convert it to a video after. Yeah, make sure you make all the changes you want to your slides first, and then click to convert it to a video. can you get examples of when we might want to use a cover image? So a cover image is just for reels or videos. So you'll see if you have a reel. So I believe I have one. Actually, don't know if this is on. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. So if you have a reel, so any kind of video, it'll allow you to upload a cover photo if you want a cover photo to look a little bit different. Otherwise, it's just going to make this the cover photo. Cover photos are, let me think if I have any examples to show you guys. Okay, let me see our Instagram. So, okay, so see how in our reels over here, like this is a cover photo. This is a cover photo. So if I click into this, these are different video. This is a video clip. But if you want a specific cover photo, so like a title page, you can upload it like this. Otherwise, it's just going to take your first image, so this, and make that the cover photo. In a case like this, I would just leave that as the cover photo because that is your post, a 7-day market report post for Austin, Texas. If you wanted to say something specific, maybe you have cover photos that you've designed elsewhere and you have a very specific aesthetic of how you want your cover photos to look, you can go ahead and just click into cover photo. It's only specifically for videos though. Your carousel posts and stuff like that, they don't do cover photos. How can we create another persona? And can the AI create something like a motivational quote for Motivational Monday? Maybe that's, yeah, Stuart. So same.
Hi, Carol. This is Michael May. And I called earlier and spoke with Shannon about receiving commercial insurance.
Let me just mute.
For Country Creek.
There we go. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Okay, all good. Yes. So sorry. What you can do is you can go into the caption and you can type in a motivational Monday quote, see what it generates for you. You might have to just get it to make it shorter, like just make that shorter, or, I want a motivational quote similar to X. Give it an example of someone whose motivational quotes you really like. I still have it on my list to check out repurpose.io. We've been so busy with this design of the editor, but it is on my list. I haven't forgotten. X does not post right with more than one for me. I always change it to one. Thanks, Lane, for coming. So X should post with 4 images. If you do have any trouble with that though, Lisa, definitely let us know. We can kind of play around with it and see what could be going on.
Posts 4 partial images. And so it's one square post of 4 partial images.
Yes.
So I just switch it to 1 and they look nice.
Yeah, Lisa. So that's, you know how I was saying with Facebook, it does more of a photo dump instead of a Twitter.
Yeah, I don't like it on Facebook either.
Yeah. Yeah.
I switch it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing. I agree. I think it looks nicer with just the one, or none too. Twitter's great in that, like, it's also great when you just tweet, like you don't have to always put out an image. It can just be a tweet. Yeah, which is a great option too. And then, oh my goodness, I need to give Natalie back this account in 10 minutes. I think we got all the questions. Oh, a persona. Sorry. That's the other one. Let me touch on persona super quick for those of you who would like to create additional personas. So when you set up your persona and brand, right up here, you have the option to, oh, not this one. Hold on. You have the option to click into this arrow right here. Okay. You're going to scroll down to click create a new persona. It's going to give you an entirely blank one. You can name it whatever you want. I'll just leave it at persona 9. It's going to give you an entirely blank one, and then you can enter in whatever details you want. Make sure you fill out every single question. Otherwise, it's not going to show up underneath your generations. It needs to have all of your questions filled out. So just make sure that you fill all that out. You can change the colors or your footer or all that good stuff throughout here if you would like. So you have those options as well. And then when you are in the content calendar and when you are going to suggest topics, you can choose from different personas for your topics. And then you can also, oh, 1 second. You can also choose your, oh, and now I've logged myself out. Oh my goodness. You can choose in your topics, or when you're going to generate, you can also scroll down here to choose which persona you want it to take on. Just make sure that all of that is filled out, obviously. Most people are only going to have one persona, maybe two, but if you do, personas are great for, like, here are some examples of some of the ones that I have. Personas are really great if maybe you do some posts that are targeted towards clients, but maybe you also recruit to your team. So you want to do some more posts that are targeted to agents. Maybe you're also a fantastic interior designer or stager, or maybe you're a mortgage broker, or maybe you offer property management and leasing services. You can kind of create a persona for each of those, or maybe you are licensed in different locations, so you wanted to take that into account. You can create a persona for each of those. But I wouldn't stress yourself out too much about that. A lot of the stuff that people think about when they think of persona can actually really be tweaked with the topics. So if you are trying to create different types of posts for different people, a lot of the time you can tweak that on your topics as well. Lisa, thank you so much. That means so much to us. Honestly, we are working really, really hard to continue to improve it every single week. So we genuinely really, really appreciate you guys, especially hopping on today on a Friday. I know that, Fridays are sacred for people, and you've spent, quite a bit of time with me today. I really appreciate you taking the time to be here. And I hope I see you guys on future ones too. So this is every Friday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. You can just sign up from your account there on the left-hand side. And then in the meantime, like, anytime you guys have questions or suggestions or feedback of any kind, you email us, you let us know. We literally keep track of all of it. I mean, honestly, Michael and Stuart, two people who are on this call, and I'm sure there are more too, this is just at a glance, who have literally fundamentally helped us build this platform just based off of the feedback that they've given us. Like, hey, we'd love to see this, or I don't love this, or see, Michael's tearing up. Yeah, so really don't be shy. Genuinely, we do want to make this something that is like super user-friendly. That's something that just keeps getting better every week. So I am really excited for you guys to see the new editor, because it is going to blow your minds. I can't wait for that one. That should be within the next few weeks, and we'll have a big training on that one when that one comes out. But I do promise, like, whatever you guys have in mind, you don't be shy, reach out to us. Oh, Michael.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, cool. I really can't overstate the importance of being able to have listings that we can simply drag and drop them over to the next month, because we have to build that from scratch again for every month, and that's a lot of work.
Yeah. Michael, are you duplicating them right now?
Well, even if I duplicate them, how are you going to take them off to the next month?
So you can click into the date and the time at the top and just click the arrow. It'll send it to the next month. It's just we can't do it like months in advance, which is on our radar.
Yes, and I have done that by making that little change up there. Remember, I showed you the screen grab, that it'd be nice if we had them for like different months, so we could do that. That would be awesome.
Totally.
Just
No,
an idea.
Yeah, I promise it's something that we bring up a lot. And Tiara's also like really mentioned, she's like, honestly, this is like something that would help Michael big time. So she definitely advocates for it hard. And I can see it coming soon for sure. The editor is our biggest focus right now, but as soon as we kind of do the editor, we're adding more reels. And then we'll move on to the next sprint.
Yeah, you guys are going to come a long way. And thank you for that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
I know I'm a hand talker. I know.
Yeah, you got all this going on. It's just amazing.
Guys, I got my nails done. I need to make sure, the women know. We gotta make sure to clap the hands around.
All right. I'm happy.
Thank you so much, Jean and Lisa, Steve, Shelly. Thank you so much, Shelly. I really appreciate it. And Norma, thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you for spending the day with me. I appreciate it so much. Hopefully I'll see you next Friday, and I hope you all have a fantastic weekend.
You too. Bye,
guys. Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye now.